Sean Strickland and Luke Rockhold in the middleweight division. UFC 268, Usman versus Covington 2. Stacked fight card already. I mean, Gaethje, Chandler, Colby, and Usman. Now Sean Strickland, Luke Rockhold after a 2-year layoff for Luke, who is 37 years old. Strickland is in the prime of his MMA career at 30 and a half years old. But Luke is going to have a little height advantage, going to have a little reach advantage, going to have a really, really good kickboxing, and maybe have the wrestling grappling advantage. I'm not too sure about that, but for this fight, Luke Rockhold needs to stay at range, use that height, use that reach. He loves to do those front kicks at the body. He needs to continue to do that. Continue with those front kicks at the body, because that's the only real way I can see him like keeping Sean Strickland away, because Sean Strickland is going to be moving forward 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, looking to just throw volume, throw pressure, and try to knock you out. But if you can continue to land those body kicks, land the front kicks right to the body, you can kind of limit as much pressure as Sean Strickland is able to actually put on you. That'd be the main way to release a little bit of that pressure from Sean Strickland with those front body kicks and a little head kicks. But his head kicks, Luke Rockhold gets a little bit weird on them, where like Sean Strickland puts his guard up right here. It's not very likely you're going to get a good head kick on a guy like Sean Strickland. He has a really, really good striking defense, of course. I mean, out of all the guys in the middleweight division, he's got, let's see right here, 66% striking defense. That is really, really solid striking defense. So I really doubt Sean Strickland or Luke Rockhold is going to be able to sneak in a head kick through that amazing striking defense of Sean Strickland. And we do know Luke Rockhold, his shin isn't really too good. He's going to be going for those head kicks a lot in the fight, and I don't think it's going to be a good idea, because he's going to waste energy, first off, and it's going to hurt him in the second and third round. I know he's going to be going for them. He always does. It's a habit of his to go for head kicks over and over and over again, but it's not a good idea going against a guy like Sean Strickland with the striking defense. You're just going to tire yourself out, and that's one thing hinting for me to go Sean Strickland's way, is because you're going to tire yourself out going for those kicks earlier on in the first and second round, and in the end of that second and in the third round, where Sean Strickland's volume and pressure starts to pick up as Luke Rockhold's cardio starts to go down, that's when Sean is going to really pick up the pace and put on that pressure, and that's where I think Sean Strickland's going to win. I think Luke Rockhold is going to do pretty good in the first round after the 2-year layoff. He's going to look to do something good, look to get that knockout or something like that. But I think he's going to tire himself out in that first, going for a lot of kicks in that fight, body kicks, head kicks, front kicks to the face, spinning kicks, all sorts of random kicks that Luke Rockhold likes to throw. It's going to tire him out in that first round, and I do think in the second and third round, when he is a little bit more tired, Sean Strickland is going to put on that pressure, throw a lot of volume, and win that second and third round. I can definitely see a knockout with the chin of Luke Rockhold. He doesn't really have that good of a chin. I can definitely see a knockout from Sean Strickland, but personally, I do think the fight is going to go all the way. I think it's going to be a 29-28. I'll give the first round to Luke, because I think he's going to put a lot out there with the kicks and trying to keep the fight on the feet. Maybe a little clinch work in there as well. But the reason I'm not really talking about the grappling or wrestling in the fight is Sean Strickland has amazing striking defense, 82%. That's Luke Rockhold's 82% and 61% takedown accuracy. I don't really see Luke Rockhold getting a takedown. He didn't get any takedowns on Jan Blachowicz or Yoel Romero. Yeah, they both had pretty good takedown defense, but so did Sean Strickland. So I don't really see him getting any takedowns. I see the fight staying on the feet. Luke doing those front kicks, doing the body kicks, head kicks, all the kickboxing that he usually does, tiring himself out in the first round. And in the second and third round, Sean puts on that pressure, puts on that volume, and wins the fight by a 29-28 unanimous decision. But can definitely see a knockout. I just don't think that's going to happen. My prediction for this really, really early prediction for UFC 268, Usman versus Covington 2, is going to be a Sean Strickland decision win. And if he does go out there and maybe knock out Luke Rockhold or dominate Luke Rockhold or something like that, I would definitely consider giving him like the loser of Robert Whittaker, Israel Adesanya, or maybe the loser of Marvin versus Paulo Costa, something like that. I can definitely see that happening where Marvin or where Paulo Costa loses to Marvin, and then they do Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa. It would be an amazing fight. Cannot wait to see Sean Strickland versus Luke Rockhold, as well as these other fights on UFC 268. But yeah, that's my prediction, and thank you for watching.